Just ahead on Virginia Outdoor Life, we'll take you into the woods on the opening day of deer season. We hit the bay in search of bluefish and find out what a corporate attorney does to get away from it all. That and more, all coming up next on Virginia Outdoor Life. And a very good evening to you. I am Jim Hale. And joining me, I am very proud to introduce to you the captain, Eric Burnley.
Glad to be here, Jim.
We are glad to have you on board, no doubt about it. We'd like to welcome you to the very first episode of Virginia Outdoor Life.
If you're wondering what Virginia Outdoor Life is, it's everything you can do in the outdoors and we can show you on television. We're going to include hunting and fishing and camping and hiking and bicycle riding, just about any outdoor activity, and we're so lucky to live here in Tidewater where there is such good access to all these activities.
That's right. If you can do it, I guarantee you one thing, we're going to get around to doing it. You know, Eric, instead of telling them, perhaps we should just show them. And this week, certainly a big one for local hunters with the opening day of deer season, and I was lucky enough to be on hand last Monday for the big event. We had a great time. You know, with the deer population at nearly 1 million statewide, it should be a very successful season. The population in this area at record numbers as well. I had the opportunity to join up with a group of local hunters who are expecting their best season ever.
Hold it down, we're not done. Number 38.
It's opening morning, opening day of the early deer season, and the anticipation of the year's first hunt is especially high for the 40-plus members of Chesapeake's Har-tan Hunt Club.
I'm obsessed with it. I spend all summer worrying about it, waiting on it.
Inside, Har-tan's head honchos are all business, setting up what promises to be an action-packed day.
What we do is we decide what block we're going to hunt first thing in the morning. Right. Like today we're going to hunt this back block. It's a bigger block. We have more people. If we didn't have this many people, we probably wouldn't be hunting back there. Right. And what we do is we pick out all the stands that surround that block. Right. We put them in a hat and we're going to pull them out.
15.
15.
14.
14.
21.
Everything at Har-tan is by the book. Tolerance for rule breakers and unsafe hunting is zero. They know all too well that mistakes could result in a loss of already dwindling hunting space.
I can tell you a whole lot of stories about being pushed out of up towards the city. I've been hunting around the Green Line all my life, you know, ever since they brought a Green Line in. I've been here all my life hunting since I was 6 years old. And the people building up the houses and everything, they have conflict with all the hunters and everything. But the builders, they're going to win. And they're just pushing everybody into one little spot.
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Oh, it tears my heart out.
Today, there was plenty of room for everybody. I was on my stand at 7 a.m. Now we just got to wait on the dogs. Come on, boys.
Let's go.
What we try to do is we try to keep fresh dogs in the woods and try to saturate it. We're hunting a big block out here. So we take dogs, as we pick them up, we put them in a box until we get enough for another pack and drive to another location to let them go and try to get another jump. And as they jump and they lose them or they shoot one in one of the standards to get them back in and get them back in the woods again, we try to saturate it, and that'll get the dogs all over the place and get them running.
Right. I think people will be shocked to know that 20 minutes away from downtown Norfolk, the deer population.
It's very high, high enough that we qualify for the DMAP program, you know, and we're killing a lot of deer with that.
And the DMAP program is, tell us about that, the deer management.
The DMAP program is a deer management program. It's where they have an overpopulation of deer. They come in, they study the land, and see exactly what the population of the deer is. If you qualify, you get a certain number of stamps per year.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use my doe stamp. I saw 2, but never got off a shot. Still, it was a record-breaking day for the Har-tan Hunt Club. 15 deer were taken, 3 bucks.
It was just my lucky day. Both of them come running out and stopped, and I got a good lucky shot, a good kill shot, and I was the man of the hour this morning.
You sure was.
Yeah.
We did what we thought we were going to do, and can't ask for much more than that. It's the best opening day we ever had, you know.
The Har-tan Hunt Club always welcomes new members. If you're interested, give me a call or you can drop me a line here at the station. As for the rest of the state, deer season doesn't get underway until November 20th. Hunters in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and the eastern part of Suffolk are able to start early to avoid the swampland freezing up on them. The icy conditions make it impossible for hunters who chase deer with dogs, as of course you saw they do here, and you can't pursue them if it's icy back there. The season locally runs through November 30th. The season in the rest of the state runs from November 20th through January 6th, and bow season, incidentally, opens today. Time now for some news and notes from the great outdoors. Captain?
Virginia Beach Elementary School kids are learning firsthand what an important resource we have in the Chesapeake Bay.
Extra, extra, the outdoor news. That makes the headlines in this week's edition of Outdoor News. Third graders at Pembroke Middle School recently took part in a coastal ecology camp. The kids took trips to the Marine Science Museum, to Rudy Inlet, and to the bay. They came away with a better appreciation of the Chesapeake and also with lots of neat things to decorate their class with.
We had a barracuda in there, but it died. We have trapper fish that on the back have these things where you put your hand, it gets a little bit trapped.
Wow.
And we have sand dollars.
Wait, what have you learned about the bay by doing all this?
It's important to lots of animals.
The bay is an important place because if we didn't have fish, some of us wouldn't survive.
In other news, the Virginia Marine Resources Commission at their September meeting voted to close 4 of Virginia's artificial reefs to all commercial fishing gear. You can only catch fish on these reefs now with a hand line, a rod and reel, spear, or gig that is licensed for recreational use.
Now, Captain, in case you haven't caught the hint yet, your thing is fishing, right?
That's right, it sure is. And when Virginia Outdoor Life continues, I'm going to show you why. We'll have some great fun fishing for blues in the bay right after this. Stay tuned.
And we welcome you back to Virginia Outdoor Life. My name is Jim Hale, along with the Captain, Eric Burnley. And Eric, I understand you went out on the bay looking for some bluefish.
We sure did, Jim, and we didn't have to look far. The conditions were absolutely perfect. The wind laid down, the water was just right, and everything was just perfect to catch a bunch of bluefish. And we set out for the 3rd and 4th island of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, and boy, did we have some action. Claude is the director of the Virginia Saltwater Fishing Tournament. Lifelong resident of the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. He has been fishing here for at least 30 years. Primarily his job now as director of the Virginia Saltwater Fishing Tournament and his work in promoting that saltwater fishing in the state of Virginia. That is the reason we're out here with him today.
You asked about why I started fishing. It's really hard to put a handle on it because I've been doing it so long, but I think it's just an activity as a kid that I really enjoyed doing, and was lucky enough at about 7 or 8 years ago to have the opportunity to make it a career as well.
You can get us in a little closer, Claude. Oh, you had a swirl right as you pulled it up. Yes, hooked up, got him on. Thick, ain't you, boys? This one here is really putting up a tussle. There we go.
Nice fish.
Open the cooler, I'll put your dinner in there. This is a Bob Pond Adam plug. It's got a little hair there, and his idea of a good hook for bluefish. Now what we do, since we're doing release fishing, is we take the pliers and smash that barb down flat, so there's no more barb on there, and that'll allow the fish to come off the hook real easily, whether it's bluefish or striped bass or what have you. Then I take 60 to 80 pound monofilament, and I tie a loop knot here, and I try a perfection loop in here, and then all I have to do when I'm ready to go fishing is just take my snap the monofilament leader on there, and we're ready to go. Ooh, this one's got a little kick to it. Whoa, baby, whoa, 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 whoa. Man, what is this thing? Nice. Side hook, that's the problem. A lot of fun, buddy.
I tell you what,
a lot of fun.
It looks so easy to me. Tell me, what is the deal? I know when people talk about blue fishing, they talk about going out there just throwing out, and as soon as they throw out, it comes back in. There's got to be a secret to it.
Well, there's no real secret. What you need to do, first of all, is get your plug as close to those rocks as possible. That's the key. You've got to be able to toss this plug right as close to those rocks as possible, then work it back. Now, this is similar to the plug we showed on the bit there. If you take a look at this leader, you can see how chewed up it is. This is one we used out there, and how broken the plug is. It's all chipped back here. Really, you need a solid tackle, good quality tackle. We've got 10-pound test line on about a 7-foot rod, and that's all you need is some light tackle like that to have an absolute spectacular time catching these bluefish. Just make sure when you cast out, you get that plug as absolutely close to the rocks as possible.
All right, good. We need to take a little break here, Captain, and we're going to let you viewers take over the show.
It's not fair that we got to do all the work, so here's your chance. We need you to send in pictures from your outdoor adventure to use in our outdoor scrapbook. Let's take a look at this week's photos.
First up is John Gordon with his father Herb along to help hold this citation-sized black drum. The junior Gordon hooked the 81-pounder caught at the third island of the Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Fishing is a family affair. Another case in point. Check out these two black drum caught by brothers Rick and Raj Burnley. Rick and Roger also happen to be my sons.
Connie Kelly makes the scrapbook with this striped bass. Connie demonstrates that striped bass is good for eating. However, Connie, you might want to wait until after the bass is cooked.
And finally, Dave Morrell from Chesapeake shows off a nice cobia caught on the 9-foot shoals. Nice going, Dave.
Back to Virginia Outdoor Life. You know, a lot of people who spend time in the outdoors do it as a way to get away from the rigors of life for a few hours. I know I certainly fit into that category,
Yes,
Captain.
yes. And what an escape it is to leave the city behind and find peace of mind with Mother Nature. That's what this next story is all about. During the week, Waverly Pulley is busy at work as an attorney, but on the weekends, he gets away from it all on his farm in King and Queen County.
A lot of country boys went to the city to work, and they work and live in the city because the jobs are there. But they grew up as a boy fishing little rivers like this one, sometimes with the dad, sometimes by themselves. My dad is one of the best fishermen on the Nottoway River, although he likes to fish with a cane pole and crickets, and he catches pan fishing that way. Bass hit our fish on a bait, which I hope we'll see. Oop, there you go, I had a little strike. Had a little strike, but I missed him. You get in a little creek like this, and you remember some of the fish you caught, some of the times you had, and it keeps your perspective a little bit.
Jim, there's no better way to get it away from it all than that.
I tell you what, I know it certainly makes me feel a lot more relaxed and even more focused when I get back here on Mondays. What a beautiful way to spend your weekends.
Absolutely.
And we've got plenty of country around here to do it in.
We're so lucky to live here.
Right.
I keep saying it over and over again, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah. Yes, and I'll tell you what, Mr. Pulley is not the only one who spends time outdoors, as you're about to see. Lots of our viewers are getting away too and capturing it on tape, believe it or not.
And now they get a chance to star on the show in their own home videos. Check out this segment, The Outdoor Reel.
Our first video comes to us from Kathy and Milton Sykes from Virginia Beach. This is video of the Sykes catching striped bass at the fourth island of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Next up is Jimmy Cobb fishing in Rudy Inlet. Jimmy, who is the top candidate for Angler of the Year and Release Angler of the Year in Virginia's saltwater fishing tournament, catches a juvenile black drum. Now, if you have a fish story caught on video that you'd like to share with us, drop it in the mail to Virginia Outdoor Life, care of WTKR-TV, P.O. Box 300, Norfolk, Virginia 23501 0300. If you want your video returned to you, please enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Well, I tell you what, I can't wait. Nothing more fun than looking at people's home movies, and we get to see them first.
That's right, that's right.
All right, I tell you what, we got to take a break now, but you're definitely going to want to stick around for what's coming up next.
We're going to give away a bunch of free stuff, and the odds of you being a winner are pretty good, so stay tuned, because that's next.
All right, welcome back to Virginia Outdoor Life. I am Jim Hale.
And I'm Captain Eric Burnley. Time now for the Hot Products segment. This is where we show you a product that you can use in the great outdoors. Not only do we show you the product, but we give it away to one lucky viewer who sends us a postcard. Tonight's hot product comes courtesy of J&J Lures, and it's the JLS3 spoon. Now, J&J Lures are made from tin. They're not made from lead, which is going to be good for the environment eventually. You're probably going to have to go to a lot of tin lures. The way you rig this particular one, you take it out of the package, of course, and then you always rig it with a snap. This is the important thing, this snap right here. You have to open that up and get it on the lure and close it like that, and then tie your line on there, get your line tied on there, and that allows the lure to move in an easy method. Also, you want to add an Uncle Josh piece of pork rind to this lure. When you add this piece of pork rind on here, it'll make this lure look like it is alive in the water. It is red hot for striped bass, which are coming up next week, the opening of the season. But there you have a J&J lure rigged up with a piece of pork rind, and this thing will swim through the water. I mean to tell you, it looks like it's alive. You don't have to move it fast, you just have to move it right through the water. It looks great.
And then if it doesn't work, you can just take some saltines with you and stick it on your cracker.
You can chew on this for a long time.
That is going to do it for this edition of Virginia Outdoor Life. Look forward to seeing you next week.